Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to talk about both the Heat and the Raptors defense in their epic defensive battle that the Heat won 84-76. Both teams played great defense in this game as the Heat held the Raptors to their worst three-point shooting game of all time with the use of a 2-3 zone. I'm going to talk about that. The Heat held the Raptors to 31.5% from the field overall and 14.3% from three, which is frankly hilarious. And the Raptors held the Heat to 40.7% from the field, which is still pretty good. Let's get into it. On the Heat's first defensive possession of the game, as Lowry comes off the screen, he's going to get into the lane here, but Bam Adebayo is there to intimidate him. The ball goes to the corner to Serge. He puts it on the deck. That kills a few seconds for the Heat. Serge doesn't get anywhere, kicks it out to Fred with minimal time on the clock. He tries to get into the lane, but Bam is there again. Good defense by Nunn too. That's going to be a 24-second violation, and that would set the tone for this game. Now off the miss, the Raptors get out in transition. Fred tries to take it to the tin, but Bam is there to shut it down. An absolute monster block off the glass. And that right there is why he's in the running for one of the all-defensive teams this year. Now as Lowry gets up to get over this Nunn screen, Butler rejects the screen, gets into the lane, then he tries to kick it out, but OG Anunoby standing in the way, so he has to loop the pass really high up. Leonard gets it to Bam at the free throw line, and then Fred does a nice job of tracking down Duncan Robinson. No shot available. The ball goes back to Bam, then back out to Robinson, and then Fred just takes it from him. Fred, some of the best hands on the perimeter in the league, takes it to the other end for the easy layup. Easy basket for the Raps, and those will be few and far between. Here, as Kendrick Nunn comes off the screen, he gets Patrick McCaw on his hip and then tees it up for Serge Ibaka to spike it. The ball goes to OG Anunoby. The Raptors get down to the other end as the Heat do a good job of getting back. And then at the rim, Myers Leonard gives Serge Ibaka a taste of his own medicine. Good rim protection there. And then as Bam Adebayo trucks it down to the other end, check out Fred with the nice hands here. Just makes this drive and dish a little bit more difficult. The pass is a little off. Butler fumbles it, and that's going to be a turnover. Three great defensive sequences in a row. Now on this play, as Butler comes off the screen, Serge does a nice job of containing him until Fred can get back into position. The ball goes to Duncan Robinson. Robinson gets into the lane, drops the dish, and as Derrick Jones Jr. is figuring out what to do, check out Serge just lurking, and also Pat McCaw pinching down from the weak side. And as Derrick Jones Jr. tries to throw this pass, it's a tough catch. That's going to be out of bounds off Leonard. Nice work by the Raps. Now off the Kendrick Nunn miss, Kyle Lowry gets the ball, tries to hit a head pass, but Jimmy Butler is there to snatch it away. Nice work by the Heat. Good commitment to getting back on D. Now with about 4.5 minutes left in the first, you can see the Heat going to their 2-3 zone for the first time. Here are the two guys at the top and the three at the bottom. And you can see the Raptors offense sputtering here as they try to adjust on the fly. Derrick Jones Jr. nice active hands at the top of the zone, and his length is key to the Heat's ability to play zone. Then on the ensuing inbound, you can see the Raptors are a lot more ready to play against the zone. They get the ball to Rondé at the free throw line. He passes to McCaw on the weak side. Pretty decent closeout from the Heat, but the Raptors would just miss shot after shot from three. They could not break this zone, and it was half great defense from the Heat and half just missing shots that you should be making more of. Here again, you see the Raptors working it side to side, getting the zone shifting around a little bit, get the ball into Rondé around the free throw line, kick it out to McCaw, up to Fred at the top. You've seen him hit that three a million times, just bricks it, and that would happen time after time after time this game. On this play, Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, a little bit of two-man game at the elbow. Then as Dragic comes off this screen, Stanley Johnson's going to let him get a step on him. Luckily, Lowry is there to slow him down on the interior. This lets Stanley Johnson get back into the play for the block. Then on this play, coming off the screen, Lowry with a nice bounce pass to Boucher, but he fumbles it. Boucher panics a little bit and passes it as Kendrick Nunn jumps into the passing lane. Great anticipation by Nunn there. For the Heat, here's another pretty nice defensive possession in the zone. They do a good job of making that pass to the free throw line difficult. The Raptors eventually get it in, kick it out to Terrence Davis for a three, and the Heat did a good job of contesting all these threes, but they're makeable at a rate higher than 14%, obviously. Here as Bam comes up to set the screen, Terrence Davis takes a step to the right in anticipation, and Dragic rejects the screen, goes to the right. Good work by Rondé to move his feet and get into position to shut off that drive. The Raptors scramble a little bit and reset their defense. And then as Dragic throws the pass over the top, Boucher and Terrence Davis both meet Bam. He throws a nice pass to the corner. Stanley Johnson with a pretty good closeout. And that's nice defensive pressure from the Raps. Here we see the length of Derrick Jones Jr. at the top of the zone deflecting this ball. It goes right to the Heat. They get out in transition, but it's Derrick Jones Jr. goes up. Fred VanVleet blocks him. Then Chris Boucher blocks him. The double block. Impressive defensive plays on both ends of the floor, and you can see the length of each team bothering the other one. Here, Derrick Jones Jr. makes the catch difficult as Rondé's going to get the ball at the free throw line. He tries to put it on the deck. Great defense. That's going to be a turnover. The Heat are out and running. Dragic with the nice alley-oop to Silva. Throws it down, plus the foul, and great work by the Heat to give themselves an easy bucket. Here's that 2-3 zone again. Pass over the top to Serge. Watch how he gets swarmed. He has to kick it out. But then the Heat do a really nice job of getting back out to the perimeter. Don't give up the wide open three. The ball goes over to Fred. He has a nice little driving kick to Lowry. That's pretty open. He could have hit that. The board comes to Serge. Nice hands by Dragic with the strip on the way up. It becomes a battle on the inside as a little bit of chaos unfolds. We're going to wind up with a jump ball between Jimmy Butler and OG Anunoby. And then off the jump ball, Fred gets it, but only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kendrick Nunn, nice little bit of pressure. Tough shot from Fred. And that's a sequence of great sustained effort by the Heat. Here the Raptors get the ball to Rondé in the middle again. He kicks it out to Fred. Dragic runs him off the three-point line, but Butler's there to shut down the drive. The ball goes out to OG, and Kendrick Nunn rotates up to him. OG drops it down to Ibaka. He shoots the turnaround. Here a nice bit of ball movement from the Raptors, but the Heat just are not giving up anything. Even as Lowry gets into the paint, the Raps are still unable to gain any sort of advantage. The ball gets worked around the outside for a deep three. Great pressure by the Heat that possession, and then they're going to push it a little bit. The ball eventually finds Dragic. He's going to get into the lane, but Serge is there to turn him back. Serge wasn't the best on defense this game, but he did have his moments. Now a rare man-to-man possession for the Heat as Lowry comes off this screen. Check out Jimmy Butler trailing. At this moment, his momentum is going this way, but he's going to shift it so that it goes directly to the baseline. This way he avoids the foul. Lowry tries to sell the contact, obviously, but nice work by Butler to shift his momentum there. Then the Heat get out and running. The Raptors do a nice job of getting back and shutting down this action. As the Heat try to work it to the basket, it's actually Lowry who gets the final strip here on Leonard, and good work by him to get back on D. And now the Heat back in their zone, and as the ball finds Patrick McCaw, he's going to give a nice pass fake to the corner, which moves Bam Adebayo, but Patrick McCaw just doesn't attack at this moment. He hesitates, and if he had gone right away after that fake, he could have driven through this gap. Duncan Robinson would have helped onto him, and there would have been a wide open three for Fred VanVleet. Who knows if he would have hit it? That's a different story. But as it stands, he has to kick it back out, and the Raptors eventually end up getting a contested fadeaway from Serge Ibaka as the shot clock runs out, and that's not what you want for your offense. In the second half, it felt like the Raptors were able to get into the teeth of the zone a little bit better. I thought they got better shot selection from the outside, but even with these more open shots, it still wouldn't go down. Credit to the Heat and Spoelstra for sticking with this zone and making the Raptors shoot their way out of it, which they just could not. Here, as Jimmy Butler gets a step on Kyle Lowry and gets into the lane, Serge comes over with the help, and check out McCaw and OG trying to cut off all the passing angles to the weak side. McCaw kind of doing double duty on Adebayo and Nunn there. Butler tries to throw the pass to Leonard in the corner, but OG gets a fingertip on it and then recovers the ball. Nice work by him. One of the things that can be tricky about playing against a 2-3 zone is they know you want to pass to the free throw line. And here you can see Terrence Davis telegraphing his pass a little bit too much, and Derrick Jones Jr. reads it perfectly, just takes it away. The Heat get out and running, and as Jimmy Butler throws this pass, check out Kyle Lowry. He fouls on the pass, so this is not a shooting foul. Heady play by the veteran, and that's a huge play in a tight game like this. Here's some great ball pressure from OG, nice and low in his stance. He gets hung up on the screen a little bit, but Chris Boucher does a great job of moving his feet and using his length to get this shot. And then on this play, as Tyler Hero comes off the screen, Chris Boucher switches onto him, does a really nice job of moving his feet, doesn't go too much for the pump fake, but Tyler Hero hits a double clutch shot on him anyways. Hero had a crazy stretch bridging the third and fourth quarter where he scored 11 points in a row, and that was huge for the Heat's offense. And on this play, as Derrick Jones Jr. gets the ball, check out the three Heat players stacking up over here. Check out Fred getting on the top side so he doesn't get burned by this Nunn screen. It's Davis's job to contain somebody diving to the basket, and it's McCaw's job to contain somebody coming off this screen from the top. The Raptors negotiate this action really well, and Chris Boucher eventually winds up switching on to Tyler Hero here. He has to throw it to Adebayo, who puts it on the ground. The shot clock runs out while he's dribbling. Nice pressure from the Raptors there. Here, Patrick McCaw with a nice dribble move to attack the zone, and if the Raptors had Pascal Siakam this game, we probably would have seen a lot more of this type of thing, and there wouldn't have been so much zone. But he misses the floater. The Raptors track down the offensive board, but Bam Adebayo is there to swat it. Great work by him. Then down at the other end, Tyler Hero comes off the screen and drains the three. This would cap off that 11 points in a row that I mentioned from Tyler Hero. Here the Heat make the pass to the free throw line pretty difficult, so Serge has to take a step or two higher. When he catches the ball up here, he's not as much of a threat because you know he doesn't want to put it on the deck with guards around. The Raptors wind up getting a pretty deep contested three. Nice work by the Heat. Then on the very next possession, Serge gets it below the free throw line this time, a lot more of a threat, but Derrick Jones Jr. finds him from the backside and swats the shot. Nice work by him. And then here the Raptors with some solid defense as the ball swings a little bit. It ends up finding Nunn, and Fred shuts off this drive. Great work, great positioning. Nunn ends up missing the contested mid-ranger, but then he gets back on D to shut down this Kyle Lowry drive. Great work to force him to kick it out. Check out how Lowry gives him a little shove as he passes here. But Kendrick Nunn maintains his balance and still gets out to the three-point line to contest this three-pointer by Lowry. And that is incredible defensive effort by Nunn. Those are the kind of little plays that add up and help you win a game. Here as Butler gets a step on OG Anunoby, Lowry steps in and takes the charge. He's the master of that. Great anticipation to save the open shot. And then down at the other end, OG Anunoby tries to attack from the top of the zone, but Butler hits him with a nice reach around steal. The Heat get out in transition and the ball finds Derrick Jones Jr., but Rondé Hollis-Jefferson goes straight up, way up, shuts it down with the huge block off Derrick Jones Jr. no less. Great hustle to get back in transition, great verticality, and great effort on D from the Raps. Now the Heat pressuring in the zone. Great work by Tyler Hero to prevent this pass to Rondé on the dive. The Raptors keep working it at the top, and eventually they get it to Rondé under the basket with Bam on him. Derrick Jones Jr. comes down. Rondé kicks it out to Lowry. He should take this shot, but he's been shooting terribly all game, as has everyone. He passes it up, and instead the Raptors are stuck taking a contested step-back mid-ranger. And that's really nice defensive pressure from the Heat. Then the ball game is pretty much over, but the Raptors are still trying on defense. Bam Adebayo attacks the paint, but Lowry is there to take the charge again, take away the basket. Good effort by Lowry, putting his body on the line against the much bigger Bam Adebayo. But Derrick Jones Jr. would not be denied his dunk as the Heat break the Raptors' pressure. He gets up for the alley-oop off the nice Tyler Hero pass. That's the ball game, 84-76. A really great defensive game from both sides. Terrible shooting night from the Raptors. Not the best shooting night from the Heat either, to be frank. But the Heat get the W and secure the tiebreaker between these two teams in this war of attrition. The Heat go to 25-9. The Raptors go to 23-12. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of both teams' defensive effort in the comments.